Andrew Rogers here with the head coach, Mike Mincey, after a dominant victory over Emory and Henry. Coach, really from start to finish, they scored the first basket, then you rattle off 22 consecutive points. What was it about your defensive effort, but also being able to score the ball efficiently on the offensive end that allowed for the great start and the efficient effort?
Obviously we knew how important the game was. We've got goals that we're trying to attain before we get to Christmas break. You've been with us through the ups and downs, and I just think that they're really starting to gain a lot of confidence in each other and how we can play. I think we got back in the press today. We did a good job out of that. We did a good job scoring, shot a really high percentage on the road. So it's nice. We haven't really been doing a good job on the road. It's nice to do a really good job on the road, shooting the ball well, sharing it well, defending well, especially in the first half and especially in that first quarter. So, they're playing without one of their best players, and we understand that. But again, I've had this interview before. Like, we're in the same boat. You got to learn how to play through that stuff, and I'm proud of how our kids did today and how they've certainly made that transition.
You mentioned the quality defense. What was it that was so effective that held them below 20% from the field and forced a lot of turnovers? They shot 13% from three as well.
A lot of it's effort. It's one of the things that we've been keying in on, because there was a slew of games there to where we were getting murdered from the three-point line, and just murdered defensively in general. And just, again, learning to play with each other. And we got a lot of young people that we've got up in there, and they're starting to play, not like veterans, but not like young freshmen either. They're doing much better with that. And we were able to go 10 players deep in the first quarter, and that always helps from a conditioning standpoint. So especially the first half was just a really good half, and a much better job defensively of closing out on shooters and then making it one and done and not getting up much offensive rebounds.
You mentioned playing a bunch of different players. All 12 players you used today scored. And so what did you kind of see from everybody that saw time on the floor? As you mentioned, played a lot of guys or a lot of players. Nobody really played a lot out there despite some good performances. So what did you just see from everybody that saw time on the floor to get them some more playing time that they normally wouldn't see?
We love the opportunity to be able to, because everybody that's on our roster, and all 12 that are suiting up right now, they can all score, they can all do it in practice. We see it every day. It's great to be able to give those kids an opportunity to get on the floor and play. And this isn't the first game that we've actually. Good game. This isn't the first game that we've played where we've been able to put everybody in the scoring column when they've got on the floor. So I like teams with depth, and I like having a lot of players, and I think we certainly have a lot of quality players and quality depth at this point in time.
How important this is the final question too, how important of a win is this to go on the road, dominant effort, especially when you have one more game left until the new year? How important was this win just for the team's confidence moving forward, to be able to, okay, we can play well on the road, we can bring our defense, it travels, and we can play well like that?
Yeah, once we got back home from the Thanksgiving tournament in Detroit, I think it's been much better. Obviously, we've got to set back to Catawba at home. The Limestone game is one that still sticks with us a little bit because we got pounded over there. But that's what we knew how important this game was, because Emory Henry has done work here. They've played really well at home, and they've won some big games here, and they beat that Limestone team that pounded us. So it's just about gaining confidence. Obviously Christmas break's coming up. We have one more game before we go home for Christmas break. But I like where we're headed. I like how we're playing together. I like how we're getting people in different positions. Certainly scoring the basketball. And like you and I talked about before the game, our scoring has been much, much better. You take the 58 points against Catawba away since we got back from Detroit. We scored the ball really well, like what we're accustomed to. Mm-hmm. And, I'm just proud of what we did today. We didn't shoot the free throws well. We need to work on that. It's been something that we've been the staple of our offense at this point, is shooting the free throws well. Didn't do that well today, but we'll shoot them up again tomorrow, and hopefully we'll do much better Monday.
That's head coach Mike Mincey.